gonna go to an Texas office so you guys see what it looks like. Go buy a card, basically.
This is now.
Hola todos, que bola. So during the course of last week, I got an email requesting that I do a video with regards to the internet in Cuba. So I decided to create a whole new series, which is on the transformation of internet in Cuba. And this is the first video where I will be sharing with you guys my internet shock. First time plugging back into the internet from Havana, Cuba. Now, before I get into it, I just want to say congratulations to Texa, which is the telecommunication company in Cuba, for what I very much hope was a very, very successful test run of the 3G. So during the month of August 2016, Texa rolled out a couple of packages ranging from 50 to 100 megabytes to all their clients. Y yo, como todos los cubanos, aproveché de esa oportunidad de estar conectando desde cualquier lugar. Y la mayoría del tiempo, bueno, yo estaba aquí en mi casa particular, talking to my family, chatting. It was really, really nice just to have, internet on the go, which is a completely foreign concept here. And I'm very, very much looking forward to the various packages that they're going to roll out. I'm just really honestly hoping that they're going to be affordable, because internet is actually very, very expensive in Cuba. It's not cheap at all. Currently, it's sitting at 1 CUC for 1 hour. I mean, seriously. Relocating to Cuba for me meant that I had to do so much research, and honestly a lot of information that I got was not available on the internet at that time. With regards to the internet, my sister's friend Victoria gave me the most useful advice, which is you need to learn how to plug in and out of the internet right now before you actually make that trip to Cuba. And honestly, this was the most useful advice, because I wasn't coming to Cuba on vacation. I was relocating my whole life to Cuba, so I had to learn how to already manage internet. So when I first got to Cuba, I lived on the eastern coast in a suburb called Kohima, and at that time Kohima only had one Wi-Fi spot. That is crazy. I stayed away from the internet for about 2 to 3 weeks, but the people that were hosting me gave me all the information that I needed with regards to the internet. They told me that if I wanted to connect, I needed to go and buy a Wi-Fi card. They told me the costs of that Wi-Fi card. So when I was ready, I made my way down to the Paseo Panamericana, which is basically like this long road, and in the middle of it there's like this park where people sit, and that's basically the Wi-Fi spot. And it's next to it, there's an Texa office, so I could actually buy my Wi-Fi card at the Texa office. And on the other side, actually, there is an agente de Texa, which is basically somebody who is an agent for the telecommunication company, and they basically make a living from selling these Wi-Fi cards to people within that community. So I did the normal thing, which was I queued up, for a Texa, because for some reason there were like so many people there. I remember queuing up, and goodness, the line was really, really long, first and foremost, and I'm not really used to queuing up for things like a Wi-Fi card, so already that's just foreign concept. But I was prepared for this. I was prepared for Cuba, so it wasn't really that much of a big deal. Queued up for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, the guard comes out and he tells us, okay, the Wi-Fi cards are finished. And I'm just like, what? The Wi-Fi cards are finished. What does that even mean? Because the thing is, I needed to use a specific tarjeta to connect because I didn't have a cuenta with the Texa. I didn't have an account with them. So those particular cards were actually completely out, and they just wanted. So my next option was to buy a card on the streets, and I ended up buying a card for 1 hour for 3 CUCs. That's really expensive. But I was so desperate to, plug back into the internet and, just kind of like get in touch with the rest of the world. I logged on to a Texa, and yeah, I was plugged into the internet, and for a good, honestly, 8 to possibly 10 minutes, I had to just, let go of my phone and let it buzz away, because so many notifications were coming in like crazy from WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and a bunch of emails as well. People in Cuba live differently, and it's quite an experience to be witnessing the transformation of internet from what it was when I first got here in 2016 to what it is today, and what it's going to be in the next 2-3 years. And there's been a growing community of influencers as well from Cuba. I've got an opportunity to actually meet some of them. People like Miguel, who blogs a lot about fashion sense in Havana.
So we're in Colima, and we're gonna go buy a Wi-Fi card, and then we're gonna cross over to the park to connect. Rosita. Yo quiero una nauta de 12 por aquí. Sí. So this one is for a Cuenca, because I have an account with the Texas. So I'm just gonna log into my account and I'm gonna top up basically my internet time. Here we go. Gracias.
So I like to buy these cards over here. This one like this. This is one for 2 hours, and there's also one. It also comes in 5 hours. So this is basically a recargar de nauta, which means that if you have a cuenta or you have an account with them, you can actually just log in and then top up your account this way. But for tourists, most tourists actually buy one of these. This is a tarjeta de internet or tarjeta de navegación, which is basically 1 hour of internet. I think it's much more easier to use this one actually, and you can find them anywhere. Currently in Cuba, there are a lot of agentes de internet, which are basically the people that are working with a Texa, and you can actually buy your card there, because the chances are in a Texa office might not be where you are, so you might actually be able to find an agente de Texa. If you are in Cuba and you want to buy a Wi-Fi card, just remember that here they are called tarjetas de internet or tarjetas de navegación. So if you end up at a place and you want to buy a Wi-Fi card, like a restaurant, a hotel, or potentially even the Texa office, and the person doesn't speak English, you can just say yo quiero una tarjeta de internet, or you can say yo quiero una tarjeta de navegación, or you can just say quiero internet, and they will actually understand what you're referring to. Alright guys, I will see you guys next week. So I will be posting videos every Tuesday. Don't forget, every Tuesday I'm going to have a video up with regards to Cuba. So if you have any requests, please leave a comment down below, and do subscribe. Do suggest my channel to some of your friends. Okay, ciao. Nos vemos pronto.